Crypto Night Show. Your host, Superman, is in the house. And man, what a crazy time on Pulse Chain it's been the last 24, 48 hours. It's been insane. A lot of people are loving it. A lot of people have been happy. Some been crying. Some been threatened. I mean, it's all over the place at the moment on the old Pulse Chain. But, volatility offers opportunity. Let's say that again. Volatility offers opportunity. Well, as long as you're on the right side, right? Emotional damage. Is that what you said, Yellowtail? Emotional damage. Yeah, brings that meme into play for sure. We got Unpredicted Hex in the house as well. First, good to see Unpredicted Hex. Big shout out to you, and welcome to the chat. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell on the way in, and of course share the channel around. If you love daily crypto content, you love variety shows as well. We do a bit of that too with politics and other stuff. Then definitely check it out. And of course, if you're on Rumble, big shout out to you over there. Had some really good viewership over there. And definitely follow and share the channel around on the Rumble community. We all love freedom, and we love the topics that we're talking about: crypto, politics, everything else. It's a lot of fun. Now, we're going to get into some pretty exciting stuff today. We're going to be talking about the stock market closing out for Friday. Really nice green bounce there today. So good numbers. And, of course, crypto as well, looking better as also. So Bitcoin, etc., starting to move up a little bit there. And we've got to feel pretty optimistic, getting some interesting comments from Trump around tariffs, which are coming up on the 2nd of April. And we'll talk about that. Also, we're going to get into PUSD Algo. Of course, they're the ultimate stablecoin algorithmic from Jacob, and of course, the world's best peer-to-peer dev. So we're going to look at that. I'm going to do a full presentation of PUSD Algo today. It is really the real PDai. You don't have to imagine $1. It's going to be at $1 there. And of course, Algo will be the main coin. And of course, it's basically Terra Luna done right. Full DeFi solution. No humans involved. No silly mechanisms. No silly yields. Just a solid stable coin and DeFi platform. We're going to check that out too. So pretty exciting. We've got Brian in the house there. Good to see Brian. What's up, folks? Good to see you. And the sidekick Hexshog in this house as well. Always excited. Like that. That's pretty cool. And we're also going to get into, obviously, covering PDai. See where PDai is at. A big bounce today on PDai there. And, of course, Somi is going hardcore back into that. Apparently picked up more bags than he had before he started. And, of course, it's managed to do, 300-400% gains. So we'll see how PDai is going later on. And also, obviously, we're going to check out Pulse Chain numbers. We've also going to check out Titanx. And apparently Jake Sharp is back on X as well, making a post today. We might read through that possibly, but he is back on deck now. One of the main principles of Titanx is to market. He hasn't been doing that. Obviously, we've been pretty big supporters of the Titanx ecosystem because I see some of the opportunities there. A great bunch of people as well, and got that big magical buy and burn system set up too. And I like the Omni chain. We love innovation here, so in crypto. So it's kind of cool. We like to be on the cutting edge of innovative protocols. So we're going to check that out as well. But you look at it, got to keep your principles, right? Marketing. So let's see what happens from here. We know he's definitely been building the Omni chain out. So looking forward to that roadmap. The other thing, of course, we're going to talk about is EMIT. EMIT farm is coming, but the NFT is first. So we're going to check out the EMIT NFT, and I'm going to post all the links for that. You can get involved. I do strongly suggest you watch my video on EMIT. We're going to talk about that later on as well, and get into the Telegram to get some points, booster points as well. Just tell them that Superman sent you to EMIT farm, and I'm sure Karos there will help you out. So kind of cool. All right, and of course, EMIT's growing pretty fast. Hit 300 people last night. It's continued to grow, so exciting times. All right, let's get into it, folks. Let's get into the markets and check out the stock market here. So we got the stock market S&P 500 ekes out gain again to snap a 4-week losing streak. So finally a week where we ended green, and we got some pretty good results there. The Dow Jones up 0.1%, 32 points to 41,985. S&P 500 up 0.1% as well, almost 5 points to 5,667. And then finally, the big mover today is the NASDAQ with all the tech companies in it, up over 0.5% at 92 points, back to 17,784. So the three indices there, all doing pretty well, and nice to finish on a green week. The other thing, of course, US dollar is strengthening a little bit there too, up a third to 103.8 versus its trading partners. Let's check out the oil, and we got crude West Texas down 0.25%, $67.89. And Brent oil there actually up a little bit there, 11 cents to $72.11. And then gold at the moment just eased back a little bit, down 0.75%, $22 down to 3,021. Silver down 1.5%. That's a pretty decent move. 50 cents down to $33.48. So that is our commodities at the moment. And we did have some interesting news out about Trump. Obviously, Trump, they're announcing, I posted the video earlier of Trump with the Defense Secretary Hedgeth. And of course, they're talking about the Series 6 new generation fighter plane. And boy, does it look good. They just gave a little sneak peek, but man, it's going to be pretty epic. And of course, you got to dominate the skies, right? One of the things that America dominates when it goes to war is the skies. And of course, we're excited about that. So pretty cool there. Now, that was on the back of yesterday of shutting down the education department, which is fantastic. I wish we could do that here. We got a bunch of Marxist progressive lunatics running our schools. And it's great to see the education department as well get shut down. So we need that done here as well. Trump, please come and help us. Please, please, please protect our kids from these insanities. We got Trump there. Looks on Friday said there will be flexibility on his plan to impose reciprocal tariffs, which will set to go in effect on April the 2nd. So that's important for us in crypto. The remarks come amid a flurry of back and forth on tariffs from what Trump administration this month, stoking trade policy uncertainty. Now, I still think we're going to get quite a lot of tariffs moving through there. Like I say, I did yesterday, I did a big coverage of Trump's strategy. Definitely check out that video if you want to understand what Trump is doing. I think that's probably the only video out on the YouTube and on Rumble that really breaks down Trump's strategy there. There wasn't a single headline or reason for the intraday bounce, although Trump remarked about how his reciprocal tariff plan will have some flexibility. We shall see, right? Trump lives in the smog of ambiguity, and that's it's a good playing move, right? The Fed offers some mixed cues as well this week. When we had the Fed meeting, so the U.S. Central Bank gave markets fleeting relief this week after keeping interest rates unchanged as widely expected. But Fed policymakers raised the inflation forecast and cut the growth outlook for 2025. Now, that's good in the sense of markets because they probably will, probably maybe even do more interest rate cuts, 50 basis points, maybe more, and that would get us to below 4%. And also potentially printing money, right? In the second quarter, we could see that coming up in April, May, June. We could see some money printing. Who knows? If they think that the growth outlook is going to be a bit low, we shall see. While the Fed did maintain its projections of at least 50 basis points of rate cuts this year, it's expected a higher inflation casts some doubts over the outlook. The central bank, of course, expects inflation to trend further above its 2% target there. So, maybe that dampens out the monetary expansion side, but still, I think looking pretty positive. They may come and do that. But the central bank said it remained uncertain of just how Trump's tariffs will impact the economy, especially on the inflation front. Now, obviously, we talked about that. If you want to understand how the management of that's going to be, definitely check out my Trump's strategy there, the three stalled strategy. You can just check that out, that video I did yesterday, if you want to understand that. The central bank said, so we're going to move on from that. Decision by the European Union to delay imposition of retaliatory tariffs on the US whiskey bolstered hopes that talks between Brussels and Washington could avert a damaging trade conflict between the two major trading partners. The EU has said the proponent will help buy time for discussion with the US. Now, the EU has trade barriers and non-trade barriers, really bad ones. So this is actually good for trade. So EU needs to, get us done because they're running a pretty bad system. And I don't want to go into it because it's just terrible. So we'll just move on to the positivity of crypto. Let's check it out. And there we go. Bitcoin up 0.5% at the moment, $84,600, 84,600, I should say. And the Bitcoin dominance at 59.5%, so pretty consistent there in the 59% range. Ethereum at the moment, $1,970 is down a little bit there, 0.1%. BNB up 1.3% after being down, I think, yesterday and the day before. We got Solana there up 0.8%, $128. XRP down 1% at $2.39 after getting the good news, right? And of course, we got the Tron there down 0.75%, 23 cents. ADA down 0.8% at 71 cents. Litecoin at the moment is down 1.2%, $91.91. That is where we are with the majors there, folks. But we did have some interesting stuff here. Pi Network, which we've talked about, is pretty volatile, right? Pretty volatile at 97 cents, but it has gone below $1, was down at 82 cents, then bounced back to $1.10. And of course, they've got certain activities happening with, I think, their storefront or their business front. on Pi Network. But of course, they didn't get the Binance listing because Binance looks after itself, right? So Pi is a non-Binance token, so and they like to be paid. So even though Pi Network is massive, they still didn't list them, which is interesting. Maybe they'll list them in the future, but we possibly will get some Coinbase listing there. Now, as you guys know, Pi is not real crypto, right? Pi is not real crypto. It's basically just TradeFi on the blockchain, right? It is kind of like if you were in the European Union, this is a sort of product that you would allow to be, be out there because basically it's got a lot of privacy mining and all sorts of stuff. Terrible KYC, and the team are a bunch of plonkers, if you ask me. Now they get on video and they look nice and innocent little PhD grads. But really, we've seen PhD grads before, haven't we? Run tech companies in the world and oppress and drug people and want them to eat, insects, right? So while they fly around in jets, so we know what these guys come out of these schools like Harvard are like, right? They're all pretty crazy nut jobs, and so it's better to go to try to get a university that's got no liberal progressive program. And there are plenty out there, so look for a good university, so you don't have to put up with that nonsense. That's pretty all I'm going to say. Get a good education. Don't get one of these liberal, stupid ones there. All right, so let's move on to that. We got Bitcoin. I don't know, I get sidetracked, but we got Bitcoin here, and we got $84,138. We are sitting below the 200-day moving average. It's in the blue line there, and we got the yellow line there in the 50-day moving average at 89,434. They are converging, so we are coming up to a death cross. But we did avert a debt cross back here, as you can see on the 17th of September, and we have been running up this golden crosses here, so been pretty good so far. Let's see if we can avoid it soon, coming up in April maybe, perhaps after the tariffs on the 2nd, we shall see, and see how the market responds to reciprocal tariffs, see whether any deals are done by the 2nd of April too, between the EU, Canada, and places like that, which are a little bit stubborn, Mexico as well. And we're 12 days away from the 2nd of April. Still 12 days to go, folks. So volatility still expected to some degree. So we got the SEC holds first crypto roundtable. So SEC holds first crypto roundtable to reassess regulatory framework. This is good news, right? So the SEC there held its first crypto task force. This is under the new administration, under Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, number 4547. Apparently, Hedgehog says he likes insects. I thought you would do. So this is good news. The end of the lawfare, right? The end of the lawfare. We saw the court case dropped against XRP. Panelists ranged from crypto advocates to skeptics, and the session focused on long-standing debates, including the classification of digital assets and the limits of existing security laws and addressing decentralized technologies. Of course, this is after Trump spoke at the digital conference for the first time, having a US president there. Advocates defended decentralization as a gauge for determining whether a token is a security. At the same time, skeptics argue that the current definition of the Howey test works, as the SEC won more motions than it lost, apparently. The event marked a shift in tone from SEC under former chair Gary Gensler, who frequently characterized most crypto tokens as security, and pursued enforcement actions against major firms. So obviously we don't want decentralized technologies to be unfairly targeted, because it really is the true crypto, right? Centralized crypto is the fake crypto. It's an unnecessary evil to some degree, like centralized exchanges and things like that. But true DeFi is hard to come by. We saw with the case against Richard Hart and Pulse Chain and stuff like that. We saw a lot of so-called DeFi platforms like Uniswap, which was made by Richard Hart, by the way, and the Hex community, right? So they made the Uniswap. They make a tons of money, right? Over $100 million or something like that. And of course, they abandon Hex and Pulse Chain, right? So there's fake DeFi out there. There's TradeFi running around as CeFi. And of course, there's only really true DeFi, which is true crypto, right? There is no other crypto other than true DeFi crypto. That is it. And of course, the more time you spend in crypto, the more time you'll realize that as well. Pretty crazy there. Advocates defended decentralization as a gauge for determining whether it's a token security. To see where that conversation went there. Legal definitions and scope of securities law. Discussions extended to what characteristics of digital assets, if any, justify different treatment under the law. Crypto advocates at the event suggested that beyond asking whether something is a security, the more relevant question may be whether certain securities merit exemptive relief. Proponents argue that one possible differentiator is the degree of control exerted by issuers, a concept that better captures the decentralized nature of many blockchain networks. Leigh Rayner's, a lecturing fellow at the Duke Financial Economics Center, said that all panelists agree that Bitcoin is not a security because it is sufficiently decentralized. So that would favor all of our DeFi stuff. So, that's Pulse Chain. So that should be beneficial to us, and that's hopefully the direction they go. However, he added that the drawing a line to define if something is sufficiently decentralized or an investment contract is impossible. I remember we've got about 48,500 validators. We've got all these decentralized tokens that run. It works pretty well. Of course, we've got EIP 1559 operating with burning pulse, etc. However, he added that drawing line of defining something sufficiently decentralized, I should say, or an investment contract is impossible, citing Commodity Futures Trading Commission report that divides decentralization by spectrums based on different aspects. Of course, all pretty subjective to some degree. Skeptics of the crypto industry presented contrasting perspectives. Former SEC enforcement official John Reed Stark and the most vocal critic maintained that the agency's responsibility is to protect the investors who purchase digital assets. I don't have any problem with that. We've got a lot of scammers and stuff out there. Additionally, crypto critics argued that the Howey test remains sufficient legal standard and that the SEC's track record of litigation successfully affirms its interpretive authority. Stark suggested that there is no need to reinvent the framework. And of course, Richard Hart had a legal opinion before Hex launch, right, about the Howey test and that it would be okay. And of course, that later on, gets hassled by the SEC based on very weak grounds as well, right? They could have put actually quite a good case against Richard Hart, but they put a very weak case. So it just shows you they must have had some real lunatics running the SEC there. Despite these divisions, participants generally agreed that clearer definitions of regulatory consistency would benefit the industry and SEC's oversight responsibilities. And of course, we agree with that, right? We move away from lawfare to clear regulations. That is the way forward. The roundtable represents the first in a series of efforts to modernize agency's stance on crypto markets while balancing investor protection with technology innovation. And that's a big area that Trump wants to happen, right? Technology innovation. And as you guys know, in DeFi, we're at the frontier of all that stuff, right? And we cover a lot of that on this channel. So very, very cool. Tokenomics, protocols, really decentralized finance is the way to go. And of course, if you go back to TradeFi, even like Wall Street and stuff, it's like going back to where the snails live, right? They move around very slowly. And if you just go into a bank and talk to a banker about crypto, and you'll laugh your head off, right? You'll laugh your head off. All right, so it signals the beginning of the regulatory reassessment process. So that is the big news there. So kind of cool that we're going to see some development there with the SEC moving more crypto friendly and, of course, focused on innovation and decentralization. That's going to be cool. Now, we're going to be talking about PUSD Algo because, PDai bounced. We're going to cover that soon. But PUSD Algo really is the real PDai. It is a full algorithmic stablecoin solution. It's the first one to Pulse Chain that will be pegged at $1. And I'm going to show you the evidence for that as well. But we're going to get into it. So the link to get into PUSD Algo is in the video description. You can get a 19% bonus straight away. You can see it on the screen there. 90% bonus straight away by participating. This is the real PDai. Now, obviously, like anything crypto, still has its risk factors, so you got to do due diligence, and that's not financial advice. I do have a series of videos from over a year ago with Jacob, the founder. He's the world's best peer-to-peer dev, and you can check that out. Just type in PUSD Algo, and you'll watch the whole video series there to get yourself up to speed. But we've got some pretty good new insights into PUSD Algo, so I'm going to talk about that too. So get in there, folks, as well. Now, I consider this more of a contribution than a sacrifice process because it is really raising capital. Up to 75% of the capital will be used in the protocol day one for LP pools and pairings, as well as for the stability miner, which is the heart and soul of this DeFi solution, and awesome stuff there. Now, that's the benefit there. It's also going to have DeFi yield, and also it's going to be able to scale onto Pulse Chain, offering that scalability that we saw with Terra Luna, so potentially being a huge, huge hit on the old Pulse Chain, and there's many other benefits we're going to get into. So the link to this is in the video description if you want to get access to this 9% bonus. If you do $1,000 inclusive, of course, of the referral bonus, about $840 plus the referral bonus, that will get to 1,000, and that will get you access to the second bonus, which is called Bonus X. It's a random number between 1.01 and 2x, so you could get up to 2x in addition. So there are two potential bonuses, but the one referral bonus in the video description is guaranteed, so get into that as well. All right, so there we go. So if you're doing below 1,000, you're going to get that 9% bonus, so pretty easy there. Easy math. Everyone likes free stuff. And let's check it out. So that is PUSD Algo. Now, I'm not going to go through all the dashboard here. You can check that out yourself, including the docs, which are going to be revamped soon. Those docs are going to be upgraded. And of course, you can check out the sacrifice details as well. Now, the interesting thing, we hit over 450 million, which is fantastic news. So we're back over there. We're sitting at about 448, I think it was, 449, I think. And we've now moved over 450 overnight. We're now at 451. 1,283. So we've been getting a bit of movement on the back of this PDai drama. And of course, PDai is not a dollar, right? It's not pegged. There's no guarantee it will be pegged. The market can move it higher. That's regardless. Market moves any token higher. It doesn't matter whether it's got a maker contract, right? It can do anything at once. If there's enough belief in the system and more buying than selling, you can move any token up to the right? You can move it up to $1. But in this case, this is going to be pegged with $1 because that's how the mechanism works with the stability miner bot. So that's the heart and soul is the stability miner bots here, where people provide liquidity, they get a return for that, and the stability miners take that liquidity and peg the dollar. And we've seen that operate. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But let's get into the presentation because it's a good way of running through it, right? So PUSD Algo on Pulse Chain, bigger than 9mm and 9-inch exchanges. That's also another big upside potential from this PUSD Algo, which is a stable coin, algorithmic stable coin, and a DeFi solution, right? DeFi meaning offers yield and multiple yield at that. So let's get into some of the cool stuff there. So we got cool Rocket, of course. Now, Jacob is really building out, I think, pretty much the ultimate ecosystem on Pulse Chain. And you remember, this is all innovative. This is not fork copies. We've got protocols out there like the PH Universe protocols, like forks of Balancer and Compound and things like that. Forkum GMXs, but those are forks. And yeah, it takes a little bit of nous to get those up and running. But this is completely innovative. That what Jacob's doing is all at the frontier of DeFi. And of course, he's the world's best peer-to-peer dev doing some pretty sophisticated stuff. So we've got the Mafia game up at the moment. We're going to be talking about that soon. But that is doing very well. People playing that and ranking up their players. And of course, he's got both robots and manual playing going on at the moment. So it's pretty cool. We've got PUSD Algo. Of course, we're going to talk about that. I think it's at the heart. I really feel like it's the flagship there. I know that Cult DeFi, Jacob's frontman, also agrees. PUSD Algo is kind of the flagship there. So Mafia is kind of the flagship GameFi, NFT, and a metaverse. PUSD Algo is kind of that flagship stablecoin and DeFi solution. And of course, it's going to be the first in the world, not just on Pulse Chain, but in the world. And it's going to be Terra Luna done right. So exciting times ahead. We're going to talk about all the benefits there. Now, PulseBot, of course, is up and running as well, the world's first peer-to-peer decentralized crypto casino. So that's up and running at the moment, and we're expecting bigger things coming from that in the future. We know that Jacob's been working on some stuff around his casinos. We've also got BNB Pod, of course, which is the same thing as PulseBot, but on BNB. That actually launched first. So that's operating as well. And then we've got Pulse Predict, right, a sports betting and price betting site there as well, and we're expecting something to happen there. So with PulseBot, BNB, Pulse Predict, we are expecting something big around that on the crypto casino platform. And of course, that's been alluded to by Cult DeFi, who's been giving us updates about that into last year and of course into this year. So we're looking for something in the works there as well. So and then we formerly had TRH, right, one of the best protocols operating, one of the GameFi DeFi protocols operating. That was very successful. Unfortunately, there was a code exploit in there. But apart from that, it's all been going pretty well. And obviously, that encouraged Jacob to get even more audits and things done like that. So we've been moving pretty forward with that. Now, the other thing, of course, is that these are all coming to Pulse Chain. We're going to have some pretty cool things. So if we take Mafia and we take PUSD Algo, we got the #1 GameFi NFT and metaverse there in Mafia, which is playing very well. I'm enjoying playing it. A lot of people are. And we got PUSD Algo on the right side, the stablecoin DeFi ultimate solution there. And these could end up connecting up, right? So they could end up connecting up. Makes a lot of sense. This is my speculation from this point, not something from Jacob, but it just makes sense that you could link these up because Mafia has these different markets, right? It's going to have Mafia tokens, going to have in-game cash. It could potentially have hearts and bullet tokens as well for the in-game action and many other aspects there as well, right? So this could end up linking up with PUSD Algo, and PUSD Algo, of course, is going to have a V3 DEX, right? And of course, stablecoin and DeFi yield. So you could see a lot of natural integration here between these two. So that's my speculation there. And of course, connected with a V3 DEX, right? and that V3 DEX could be a bigger DEX than even a 9mm and 9-inch, and potentially second behind PulseX, right? So some huge potential there for this ecosystem. And of course, on underneath that, we get BAM, we get PUSD Algo, we get Marfa, we get Pulse Chain, we get Bullets, Hearts, in-game cash, stables, USDL, Coast, PXDC, HDC, VDEX can take it all, right? And of course, all the PRC20s as well. So you can see how this could expand very, very fast indeed. So pretty excited about where this might head. The other thing, of course, PUSD Algo with a peg. So this peg will probably be different from other pegs. We said Coast, and of course the three liquidity forks that we have on Pulse Chain, USDL, PXDC, and HDC. Those three liquidity forks, they are often depegged. They're a round peg of $1, but they're slightly under or slightly over, and they move around a lot. Whereas PUSD is likely to be very, very stable indeed. And of course, to show you some of that evidence, we see the testnet running back in the day, right? So this is the testnet running that we had back here, and you can see the test period was the 9th of November 2023 to the 17th of January 2024, and he had something like 45 different type of bots running with the stability miner keeping this pegged, and you can see how damn well pegged it was. Impressive, right? Impressive pegging there. That yellow, that little orange line in the middle there is $1, and look how close that is pegged. That is crazy, right? That's crazy. We see some of the other stable coins get depegged at different times depending on what's happening in the marketplace, and they can depeg quite a bit, right? They can depeg, down to even 80 cents. Typically, you might see some of that, but definitely 90 cents, and that would be down here, right? So definitely below that. But look how well this peg is operating because of the stability miners operating on this protocol and keeping it in many ways separate from the algo coin and the rest of the yield bearing activities on the PUSD algo platform. So pretty impressive. Now, the funny thing I just saw after this, what not only did this show you how the test, this was live on Pulse Chain, right? So this is a test version, but a live test version, right? Not sitting on a testnet protocol or blockchain, but actually sitting testing on the live. And it was the funny thing about it, it was actually making money. That was actually making money. And it was doing, you can see here, it was doing about 150K a day, and that's just on a test. It's just on a test of about 150K, and it was actually making money. So it was pretty crazy as well. The other thing, of course, is it's been trading on there. Obviously, once you finish your test, it's going to continue trading. That's crypto, right? And funny enough, it's actually sitting well above PDai. There's not a lot of volume going through it, to be fair, or liquidity, but it is sitting at 3.3 cents. I just found that kind of funny, even though there's not much volume going through it. But that is pretty much it on PUSD Algo there. And of course, that it could be huge, right? So testing works. So the model, it works on the testnet. He used some decentralized ones and I think some centralized miner bots as well, just to mix things up. And it was operating like a boss there. And that ability to peg to $1 is going to be a very big use to a lot of protocol teams, not just Jacob, but other protocols that want to get $1 that's pegged pretty closely, right? We saw Richard Hart, put up the TRI tokens between USDC, USD Tether, and DAI. He set up that special pool in PulseX. And of course, you can go check that out, PulseX V1, V2, and V3, to get stablecoins running pretty clearly to each other as well. We also saw the balancer fork there from PH Universe. That gives you a better curve matching between stablecoins so that you can get a more efficient trade between stablecoins. So we're seeing two different models to try and get more pegged stablecoins and also between pairings. And of course, here we will have, they're all Ethereum ones, right? They're no native ones. And so PUSD Algo could be the ultimate pegged stablecoin. So that is the testing, approved in testing. And of course, that has to be tested, I guess, in full operation. But that is the inspiration. And of course, that is the risk return from that. So pretty exciting about where that will go. Now, the next thing, of course, is the features. So we're going to quickly go through that. And check that out. So let's go through some of the features. Now, the heart and soul of it will be the stability miners. That is the full DeFi solution. It is a unique, of course. It is basically Terra Luna and doing it right. Instead of having humans involved, it's going to have a fully DeFi miner bots operating with stability miners. People provide the liquidity, and some of the liquidity we set up from the contributions that people make in terms of funding this project. But it will be operating and just defending that peg at $1, as we saw in the testnet there. It's going to have V3 DEX aggregation, which means that it can pull in all the protocols, all the tokens on Pulse Chain. It can pull those all in and operate, as well as the native ones there, the PUSD Algo, and of course Fetch, which is going to be the reward token in PUSD Algo. So it is a multi-token ecosystem, but it adds a lot of value back to people that are investing, right, and using the protocol. Number 4, DeFi yield was going to be multiple. So we know that it's going to be providing stability mining yield. Staking tokens going to be providing yield. They'll come from trading fees, the 1% pool, inflation, things like that are in the system. People are going to be earning nice, sweet DeFi yield. GameFi and DeFi integration, we could potentially see that between the Mafia and the crypto casinos and the DeFi stablecoin solution. And of course, attract capital to Pulse Chain. This is a big deal. So this is more of a public good as opposed to a private good. In other words, it's going to be able to attract a lot of capital into Pulse Chain with that stablecoin yield combination. And of course, that will attract a lot more capital into Pulse Chain and be very, very useful indeed. So very, very exciting about that. And of course, risk management as well. It's close to a perfect peg, and therefore will have a unique utility on Pulse Chain, particularly the fact that it's native to Pulse Chain, and also that it's basically close to a perfect peg, and that will attract a lot of protocols wanting to use it as a either as a standalone or as in a combination of stablecoins. So very, very powerful there, and we could see a lot of the other dexes and aggregators routing through this perfect peg, right? So going to be fun to see that. Sometimes it's cool to have DPEGs because you get arbitrage, but then other ways it's cool to have a perfect stable peg, or they're close to a perfect stable peg, because that offers certainty, right, that people want. The only thing I was going to say is that this may very well be backed on the back of USDL as well. So PUSD backed onto USDL, giving that double stable coin system as well, which would also have obviously collateral backed, which is why the liquidity forks are so popular and why liquidity gets forked all the time, right? So that's the place at the moment. But this may very well become the dominant model for crypto, and therefore not only used on Pulse Chain, but people will probably be hitting Jacob up to fork this protocol and get it running everywhere else, right? So this could be one of those big game changers like liquidity was on Ethereum. So we shall see. Also, multi-chain expansion is definitely on the horizons. We know that Mafia is going to go to is on BNB already, is going to go to Base and Sonic, and using CCIP. So that is cross-chain cross-chain protocol, and that's going to allow data transfers across chains and one blockchain to the next blockchain. And of course, that really is a big part of the future of crypto, is connecting up all the blockchains in the world. And so, yeah, Base and Sonic definitely looks like that could come down the line as well, and not just for PUSD Algo, but also for Mafia game as well. So some huge opportunities there. And of course, like I say, it could be a preferred native stablecoin for third-party protocols as well. And so pretty cool. So some cool features there. Now, making it happen. Of course, it's great to talk about how this calls protocol is, but can you make the protocol happen? And apparently I haven't animated this page, so I don't know what's going to happen there. So let me just exit out here. I thought I'd animated this one. Let me just jump away here while I animate. So we're going to go back to here while I animate that page, because somehow I didn't animate it. But I can jump to another page and animate it while we're talking. Hey guys, how you guys doing? And hope you guys are doing well. So yeah, looking pretty good. Let's jump back now. Let's jump back to the presentation. That was a small commercial break. That was a small commercial break there. And there we go. So making it happen. And what the heck? I'm sure I had this moving. Let's see here. No, it's still not working there. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's go back. Let me go back here. We're going to have a second commercial break while we work out these technical glitches. This is our last slide, by the way. And let's play. Let me see if this is working. Oh, that doesn't work at all. I'm not sure what's going on there. And we're going to bid in that one. And hopefully that's working. So let's see. All right, let's try this one more time. And let's see if this is working. Oh, yeah, that's working. All right, so we're back. And this is our last slide. So we finally got it working in there. And bam, we got making it happen. So Jacob is the world's best peer-to-peer dev. And that's very important to have somebody of quality. We know that since the TIRH, he's now got audits in place as well. and he's been doing some pretty cool stuff, obviously with Mafia launching pretty flawlessly. So, no one's perfect in the world. Things happen. But as long as you learn from your mistakes and move forward and better and better things, and that's Jacob. That's Jacob, right? So moving forward there with the big vision. Proven model tested on Pulse Chain. I showed you that with the chart. All right, so the chart there, proven model. You can see the model there was tested between the 9th of November 2023 and 17th of January 2024. And there's a reason why it hasn't launched, right? There's two reasons actually, but we'll get into that. And we've got the Signum Oracle. So this is the first one. The first reason we had no Oracle, right? We had Fetch Oracle launched recently, but Signum Oracle is going to offer a bit more features, and of course that's going to be important for the for PUSD ALGO, including a random number generator, things like that. So we've got Signum Oracle ready to launch, and we thought that we might get this launched about 2 weeks ago. Since the Fetch Oracle launch, Stu's been just monitoring that and now doing his own ramp up. So we will get Signum Oracle launching very, very soon. It is ready to go. So looking forward to that. I'm going to have Stu on this channel, so we'll interview him about Signum Oracle there. So very important. Got to have proper price calls, right? This is a problem for PDai, right? And the maker theory, right? So we're going to talk about that too. We've got some very good commentary there from Alex Mafurda about the Oracle's backing the maker PDai contract, which a lot of people have been overlooking as well. Jacob hired a special dev team to make 2.0 version. So we found that out with our interview with Cult DeFi. Jacob has hired a special DeFi team to take PUSD Algo to the 2.0 version. So probably have a new interface, user interface, UI, UX as they call it. And we may get a few little tweaks there as well around the tech, which actually works, right? So the model works, and that is getting closer. So that's a real commitment, right? That's a real commitment, and that's a little bit of sneak peek into the updated plans we're expecting from Jacob. Now, we know back on the 17th of January, Jacob said in Telegram, in the PUSD Telegram, that he was going to have updated PUSD algo plans, and so they're expected from him. And he said once the Signum Oracle is running as expected, we would get updated algo plans. But in the meantime, we found out a little bit of sneak peek detail about the fact that Jacob has hired a special team just for PUSD algo, and I call it the 2.0 version, right? So it's going to be the latest and greatest stuff in there. Very, very excited about that. And of course, Cult DeFi is Jacob's frontman. He has a relationship along with Jacob with almost all the Pulse Chain influencers, at least the medium to large ones, and also the ones that are generally streaming as well, right? There's plenty of medium to large streamers that are no longer stream, at least not regularly. So he has a relationship with, not all of them, but almost all of them. And we've seen that with Mafia, right? Having, people like RH Max, Corey Costa, Brandon, all sorts of people out there covering PUSD Algo and Mafia and things like that. So, and obviously myself. So that is pretty awesome. Also attracting more capital, and Crypto Coffee too. Crypto Coffee out there, one of the biggest influencers too. Attracting more capital, PUSD Algo. And of course, that is you, right? So you can participate. The link's in the video description. And I've also posted in the chat if you want to participate this in the real DeFi, PUSD Algo is going to be the real DeFi, a PDai DeFi stablecoin. And of course, we've got pretty interesting stuff there. So it could be you that participates, the retail participates, right? The opportunity is there right now. We know that the Signum Oracle is coming. So that's going to be a key enabler for PUSD Algo. And of course, big players are behind the scenes, so are being attracted to this as well. So you'll probably find out in due course about that. So it is pretty exciting stuff happening there. And just remember that up to 75% of the contribution will be used day one for LP and miner bots. So this is it's not money going away for a holiday. This is going back into the protocol. And of course, Jacob is here for his vision and to win and to help everybody else win as well. So pretty exciting stuff there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that presentation of PUSD Algo, because I certainly did. And of course, that moves us on into Pulse Chain results. So let's get on to that as well. Let me know your thoughts there as well on PUSD Algo, but looking pretty exciting. Like I say, you can get a 90% bonus using the link in the video description. As you know, I've covered this from the beginning. I'm a big believer in this because I saw the vision. Anytime you can get at the frontier of crypto, have a full DeFi solution to a stable coin, with a lot of yield-bearing opportunities on the platform, that's got to be a good thing, right? So it fits in a particular part of the market. It's not high-risk speculative like a meme coin. It's really down more in the conservative speculative range of crypto, because all crypto is speculative, right, to some degree. And so it's more on the conservative side, being a stablecoin DeFi platform, but can scale as well. So I'm very excited about that. And of course, this is unique a unique stablecoin opportunity at a peg stablecoin, as I showed you. So pretty exciting. Get onto it. Links in the video description and share it around. Now, day 679 on Pulse Chain. We've got quadruple 0294 on the Pulse price, up 8.7%. So a nice little rebound from yesterday. We're sitting at 29% of the sacrifice price on Pulse. We saw Richard Hart there focusing attention on his coins rather than PDai yesterday. We covered that in a late night video there with Wookie, one of our awesome community members. Now, if you haven't joined Discord, the link's in the video description. Join up today, only $12.50 a month for that. And of course, we've got a specific strategy crypto club that's $35 a month as well. Join up to that also. And also, we have a new a crypto course, 15 videos course there from advanced to intermediate. Sorry, beginners, intermediate to advanced, and it's a very easy read. And so, check out that as well. We got PulseX there, quadruple 0274, 14.4%. So nice day on PulseX. And of course, we saw the $100,000 of DAI or something go in and be sold into PulseX. So it was pretty bullish. 1.33 trillion burned so far. We're at 6.68% of the public supply of PulseX has been bought up and burned. It's really starting to catch up to that 10% mark, isn't it? It's just really starting to climb there, slowly and surely. We got incentive token $1.65. That's up 14.5%, so slightly higher than PulseX, and the ratio there at 56,200 Pulse per one incentive token. We know that inflation's been cut 20x, and Richard's been drumming on about lower inflation, right? Because inflation tokens normally devalue the price over time. Of course, you've got to always outgrow with the number of users, as opposed to tokens that are actually deflating. And so if you grow the users, you're going to get some sort of exponential blow up in the price later on. That's why we're so bullish amongst a number of other things around incentive tokens. So pretty interesting there. Hex at the moment is at 3/4 of a penny, up 9%. EHEX at 0.2 of a penny there. Combined price of EHEX and PX at 9.44 cents. Now, I want to talk about Hex briefly because if you guys know Dipcatcher, Dipcatcher and Goldkey created a number of wonderful projects and tokens, leading the way on a lot of different things as well on Pulse Chain. And interesting stuff that Dipcatcher has been talking about, the fact that, well, if you're really going to be a maxi, then you could just go all into EHEX and just forget all about Pulse Chain, right? That's kind of his pump mental argument there. So if you haven't checked that out, go have a good read, right? It's always good to see some contrarian views. And I thought that was a good one there. So big shout out to Dipcatcher for that. And it was a really good read. So definitely check. I might post that in the Discord actually under the crypto chat so people can read that as well. All right, so that is Pulse Chain on the results for Richard Hart coins. And of course, he was promoting that yesterday over PDai. We're at 3 million beats at the moment, 3 cents for a PulseX swap. So it's nice to see that come down again. That has been pretty ruthless the last couple of days. And we've got validators at the moment is sitting at 48,237. So, this not a security, a full DeFi chain. Let's see where we go with that. And of course, we've got Bridge there at 94.6 million. So that's up about $2.5 million from yesterday, right? We're about 92 million or something. So that's up a couple $1 million. And interestingly, look at EDai, I should say. It's back up. It was around 25 mil. It's now 25.4 mil. So that's gone up about 400K. So that's really good to see there. Obviously, EHEX is up slightly. Oh, but EHEX is it up slightly? Yeah, slightly, I think. ETH is up a little bit there, I think, from memory, and Bitcoin as well. Coast is still pretty solid there at 9 million. It hasn't really moved too much once it's hit 9 million there. And I don't keep a track too much of the USD Tether, USDT, but they're probably doing okay. I probably should keep a track, but it's a lot to do. Let's jump over to Magic Carp Ride. Thinking of Magic Carp Ride there for Pulse Chain fundamentals. Well, we've got the Magic Carp Ride is down 48%. So this is the sacrificed ETH, right? Or stable coins that got turned, or DAI that got turned into Ethereum. Got turned into Ethereum at $3,773 on average. And of course, it is now, the current price is $1,965 an ETH. So it is down 48%. So, the Magic Carp Ride is feeling the pain just like the rest of the market while we're waiting for the big rally in altcoin season. But it's currently at $336 million. So I think Dipcatcher was possibly talking about putting all that money into Hex on Ethereum. So I don't know. You go have a check it out. It's a good yak there. And it's always good to hear some contrarian views, right? So not bad. All right, so let's jump over to the Hex as well. I want to talk about that briefly. We know that not only is the incentive token being cut 20x, so there's only 5% inflation rate of what it used to be, but also the OA's been mucking around with the Hex yields as well. So we've got we're coming down even further. Look at us, we're down at 1.5 now. Oh my god! Oh my god! And we talked about that right the other day, right? We talked about that back on the 16th of March, where the OA went from a 30-day a minor stake into a ladder, right? Laddered out 250 billion hex out into a ladder, and here we are now down at 1.5 hex PT shares. So it's pretty interesting. So that used to be 7.5 and now 1.5, right? So that is dramatic. So that may imply another signal that things are really going to start ramping up on Pulse Chain and on Ethereum as well, right? So pretty crazy on Pulse Chain. That number is 1.5. So and on Ethereum there, it's 1.54. So pretty crazy stuff there. Now the mining length is gone from 6 years all the way to 9 years on the average mine length. That thanks to the OA for that. And of course, over on Pulse Chain, well, it's a little bit more over the place, but we see 9 years, 6 years to 9 years, so pretty similar there too. So pretty crazy stuff. APY has gone down to 3.9%. So things have changed dramatically, which intrinsically that makes the public held coins more valuable. So we'll see whether we can get that big rise in hex price there. Let me know your thoughts there, Brian. I know you're probably looking at that, Brian. Let me know your thoughts. But pretty crazy stuff happened. Let's check it out. There we got. I'm just trying to find the right pages here. Jump back here. Where's that here? Let's jump away. Actually, I'm just going to move that. I just want to highlight that rate there. We might talk more about that. Now, if you guys haven't seen Crispy Man, he does a lot of hex detail. He does like the most technical hex detail out there at the moment. So go check out Crispy Man on his YouTube channel as well. Does some great comments there. Now, we're going to get into Mafia. Now, obviously, Mafia is another Jacob project, and this thing has been rocking up. Everyone is trying to rank up, and we can already see that people are already ranked up to Thief. So Thief seems to be the one on Pulse Chain at the moment. At the moment, you can do bots on Crimes and Nikakar, as well as do them manually, so it's pretty cool. People are also able to go to the booze and narcotics to get some booze. So they can buy some booze and also run the helper bots, right? So people can run the helper bots, and they can do booze smuggling bots and narcotic bots. Well, no one's really up to narcotics as far as I can tell. I don't think Thief has got narcotics. Maybe it has. But definitely they can do, they might actually narcotics at that level, but definitely booze. People can smuggle booze as well and run crime bots and Grand Theft Auto bots there. So that's going up pretty well. So just a little highlight there to the Mafia game is playing very well. Lots of cool people, but we see a lot of people in jail, right? So we go to jail and there are lots of people in jail. Look at that, 32 people in jail. What a bunch of losers. A bunch oh, sorry, guys. Some of these are my family members. So I apologize. I'm just kidding. But a lot of people go to prison for doing crimes. And what do you expect? It's a mafia game. People are going to go to prison for doing crimes. And there we go. But you can rescue them out. You can bust them out. So pretty crazy here. Let's see if I can bust out Capone here. Let's see. Oh, well, let me do that. But let me just trigger happy. He's pretty advanced. So I might get. Oh, no, it's not letting me do it as well. Not sure what's going on there. So I'll try and do that after the live stream. We'll try and do that. Anyway, I want to talk about EMIT before we do that, though. We got BG David in the house there, so it's going to launch. I've been waiting for a long time. Yes, that's exciting news about PUSD ALGO. It will be coming up. It wasn't able to launch without an Oracle, but the Oracle is ready to go, and I will have the Oracle founder Stu on this channel for a interview. We've agreed to that. And it is ready to go. He's just, waiting for the right time. It's been pretty volatile in the market, so I think he's just waiting for that. And it's probably very soon, once that does launch, PUSD ALGO updated plans coming, and he has hired a new team to specialize in 2.0. So it's coming, man. We've got Brian says, not really sure, boss, but I am in it for the long haul for the X. Yeah. All right, let's jump out of there. So this is a new farm coming up. So this is going to be pretty exciting. And of course, we've just had brand new news here from EMIT DAO with the Emitters NFT is live. So this is the first stage towards the farm launch. So the Emitters NFT is the first place of the EMIT DAO farming protocol with several key benefits. You're going to get fee-free farming. So some of the farms, when you enter, they have a fee like 2%, and typically have pretty good yields at the beginning in particular. So they're going to have a fee-free farming if you got the NFT. It's going to give you DAO access as well, so you'll be able to vote on proposals and stuff like that. Probably new peers coming in to the farm and stuff like that. There's also an airdrop multiplier. Airdrop multiplier coming up there. So if you do get into Telegram, and I've encouraged you to do that before, you obviously got to do your own due diligence and all that. but you can get it if you get in early. Just tell them that Superman sent you. We've had a number of people already go in and get that. You can get on the list for the airdrop. So just say, hey, Superman sent me here. I was watching a show. Can you get me on the airdrop multiplier? And that will give you a multiplier benefit in the upcoming farm there too. So support the EMIT launch by minting an emitter. So that's the first stage. And of course, I think that will generally be pulsed there. So that's pretty cool on that. So that is the post there. Now, I guess I suggest you give that a like, leave a comment, and go and join the Telegram. And I'll give you the link for that too. Let's jump into that. So that is the big news there from EMIT Farms. That's coming up, but probably within a week, I guess, is when we're expecting the launch there. And the website is up and running now, and so is the NFT is live there, and you can see the benefits of the NFT there. So that's pretty cool. The other one there, of course, is the website is live, so looking pretty good. I'm going to post the link to that as well. Why not? Let's do it. Let's go crazy here. And that is the EMIT Farm. A website is now live, so check that out. Bam, bam, bam. Now, a number of people in the Discord are already in the EMIT Telegram, so definitely check that out. Now, obviously, you can see the farming's coming up there. Stake your tokens in our diverse yield farms to earn EMIT rewards. Choose from multiple high APR pools or propose new ones through the governance system. NFTs, your emitter NFT is your digital identity in our ecosystem. Enjoy fee-free farming, exclusive voting rights, and the ability to create governance proposals. Obviously, going to have a DAO there as well. Going to be pretty cool. And also community, a thriving community as well. So very, very exciting stuff there. Single-sided staking is going to be there. Our innovative tokenomics automatically directs 5% from every transaction to the staking pool, creating a sustainable reward system that grows the trading volume. I'm excited about that. Stake your EMIT tokens and earn PDai rewards. So a lot of people will be after the PDai rewards there. It's going to be community governance and security first. So engineered there with battle-tested smart contract architecture that has secured billions of assets across the DeFi ecosystem, creating foundation of trust. And then it's got some of the farms there, how the farm works there. So you can actually see this is what the farm's going to look like when it comes up there. It's going to have choose a farm that you want to put farming pools into based on your preferred assets and APR. Approve the tokens, one time per token. And of course, stake your assets there, deposit your tokens into the farming pool to start earning rewards. And then you can just hit the harvest rewards, claim your earned EMIT tokens anytime, or compound them for increased returns. So consider see a sneak peek there of the overall numbers on the testnet there, and also the staking farm there, a little sneak peek of that as well. With the APR, the fee, you get a fee free with the NFT, remember, the balance and the staked as well. So pretty excited about that. Simplified farming, maximize returns. So that's coming up there, mint and NFT. So that is live first, the NFT. So we're going to quickly go to that. This is where you do. You can basically connect your wallet up and you can mint an NFT. It looks like 57 have already been minted so far. From the looks of it. So check out most recently minted NFT from the collector. It's only just launched, so this is doing very well from the looks of it. 58 of 555. So get in there, only 10% so far, but it's just launched. So you guys are brand new early there. Cost of the NFT looks like it is 1 million pulse. So it's pretty accessible to everybody. So this, Chaos there doing a great job with this protocol. So check that out. And if you want to mint an NFT, get in on that too. So there we go. Let's post the link to the NFT there. And you can print one today for that upcoming farm. And we know how well they've been doing lately, these kind of farms. And this, founder's got a bit of a long-term view, so excited about this one too. All right, so let's jump over to the vlog. There's also a blog there, right? So go read the blog, read the FAQs. I suggest you do that. And we're going to jump over to the blog here. You can check out a lot of the cool stuff there. Let me go no thanks on that one. So EMIT DAO, empowering the community for a thriving ecosystem. So there's a big write-up today. This is out a few hours ago. So you can check that out. EMIT DAO is designed to give users a direct voice. So that's kind of cool. So you can check that out. There's going to be farms, of course, community-powered growth there for the farms. Emissions, of course, daily emissions as well. DAO users will be able to propose adjustments to the emissions on the farms. Sustainable growth. The DAO Treasury will launch with 20,000 EMIT tokens allocated as follow: 5,000 EMIT to the Treasury wallet, 15,000 deposited to the single-sided EMIT staking, generating passive PDai rewards. So pretty cool there. I like that. Extra bonus for the DAO. Join the EMIT DAO and shape the future. Of course, you'll be able to vote on new farms, influence emissions, contribute to Treasury strategies. So that is pretty exciting for that one. So that was a cool article there. You can get that through the blogs. Definitely check that out. And also there's a vlog there also about the NFTs. Now, I did a video on this, of course, so you can definitely join up to that. And I do strongly suggest you join the Telegram to get some of those bonus air points while you can. Get in early on these things, right? So get in there. Tell them that Superman, that you've been watching my show and that Superman sent you, and you'll be able to get a chance to get some of those AirPoint drops there. So definitely do that. We helped some people last night get some of those free airdrop points. So join the community. Very cool. We hit 300 members last night, and we're moving on to 400, I guess. And you can be one of those members there as well. So join up today. That is the link there as well in the chat. So pretty cool. Easy to do. Join up, and then you can find out everything about it, right? Go read everything up. Kind of cool. And I really like the founder doing some great stuff in that chat. Very, very cool indeed. Now, obviously, we talked about the NFT emitters. So it's also on the blog as well. So introducing the emitters NFT collection. We've got the emitters NFT has officially launched and is now open for minting. These NFTs are a key component of the EMIT farming ecosystem. So the farm hasn't launched yet. It's coming up, offering exclusive benefits that make them a must-have for dedicated farmers. The emitters NFT is a way to directly support the project to mint funds. Will be utilized. So the mint funds will be utilized as initial liquidity. So all the pulse that's raised for these NFTs will be going into the initial liquidity for the launch of the farm coming up next week. So the farm is coming up second after the NFT there. And of course, there'll be fee-free farming from the NFTs. So holding an emitter NFT limits deposit and withdrawal fees. And non-emit farm peers include a 1% deposit and a 1% withdrawal fee. So if you don't have the NFT, NFT holders can farm completely fee-free, meaning the NFT practically pays for itself over time. Now, the DAO access, voting, and proposals. The emitter NFT isn't just for farming. It's also a key to governance. Only NFT holders can participate in the DAO voting and submit proposals. Airdrop multiplier. Each NFT acts as a multiplier for upcoming airdrop. For example, if you have 2 points in the Telegram, and I tell join up today and tell them that I sent you, you'll be able to get onto that. You can get up to 4 max points, I believe it is. So the more you engage there, the more you're likely to go up the rank. And hold 5 NFTs, your multiplier airdrop jumps to 5x. So how about that? So 2 points and hold an NFT if you've got 5 of them. Remember, I think there were only 1 million pulse each, so pretty good value. Your airdrop multiplier jumps to 5x. Boost your reward significantly. If you're not on an airdrop yet, then supporting the project by minting an NFT will get you on the list as well. So, and you can get on the list straight away with the NFT there. So jump in there, folks. Get in the Telegram, get engaged, get an NFT. That's the way to go. Spot your emitter NFT proudly, and of course, support it. I say proudly, and instantly recognize fellow DGM farmers in the wild. These NFTs symbolize a shared mission, maximizing emit high yield APRs together. Initial liquidity. Funds raised from the mint will be used to provide the initial liquidity for EMIT token. This will ensure a good launch and make sure we don't get owned by sniper bots. The more we can provide at the start, the better the project will run for the long term. So there we go. Pretty cool stuff there from Karos there, the founder. So not bad. So definitely check that out. That is on the blog. So I'll post a link to that as well if you want to see that directly. But anyway, join up Telegram, get involved, learn more about the project. If it's something for you, then mint an NFT and get involved. That's all I can say. All right, so Crypto Nights show, that is the link there. There's a Substack for that. Now, we've got a few people in the chat there. We got the Valiant in-house there. Greetings. It must be my nature to be attracted to algorithmic stablecoins. And just like Luna, Moth is attracted to the light. Let's go, PUSD ALGO. Yeah, but instead, it's done with a full DeFi solution. So excited about that, Valiant, for sure. Good to see you in the chat, by the way. All right, so that is kind of cool there from the emitters. So I hope you join EMIT today. Get into that Telegram, find everything about it, and get involved. That's all I can say. Now, we've got Titan X. We're going to do a quick summary for that, how we're doing for time. We're up to 58 minutes, so we're doing pretty well. We got Titan X at the moment. It was up 6.3%. Yay! Green candles. Green candles. Well, we're still not quite there. We're still not quite out of the woods yet, but it's nice to see green candles again. And let's go to the daily chart. This is the US price, so we're still on the bottom essentially, but we're not quite the bottom, just bouncing off a little bit there. We were down at 6 zeros 1400, and we're now at 6 zeros 1800, so we're up a bit there. And of course, we're not out of the woods quite yet. We're waiting for it to zigzag back up to wave 3. Now we did have Jake Sharp finally come out of the I don't know, the production studio. I don't know, but he's been missing in action, and he's finally come out on X today, making a post, so we might check that out. Let's look at the ratio to ETH. That's probably more important. We can see that we were recently down at about 10 zeros 70 100. We're now at 10 zeros 90 200, but we want to lose a zero, right, and get back over that 1,000. We're not too far away from that, as you can see, just above us really. So let's see if we can get to this line just above us here as well over the weekend maybe. So that is where we are at the moment. So very good opportunity, right? Buy low, sell high. At the moment, low, right? Low, buy low. A bit of a signal there. All right, so let's get it. We've got Dragon X at the moment, 6.77x Titan X to 1 Titan X, so that's doing fairly well. Obviously, the ratio is up because the yield is higher than the Titan X at the moment. X28 is back up as well, 0.91, but still well below the 1-to-1 peg. And what we want to see with X28 when OmniChain really starts to ramp up is that it be above 1-to-1 so that we get Titan X being burned through and cycling through the X28, right? And X28 is the OmniChain version of Titan X. That is up 15.6% today. Shogun is up almost 12%. That is going OmniChain as well, 5.3 K there at the moment. And obviously, we want the more volume we get through there, the better that Shogun performs also. Hydra and Titan X are both up as well. Sorry, Hyper and Hydra. All the buy and burns are turned off for Titan X, Dragon X, Hyper, and Hydra. So they've got all this collateral buy and burn backing. Very, very powerful tokenomics. But at the moment, it's turned off, so it's not helping anyone too much. So the market's really driving this. We're up 12% there. And of course, I'm expecting big things from Hydra. Still the ratio sitting at 0.07 after that big sell-off, which is crazy. Still a great opportunity getting a Hydra at the moment. Vault, of course, going omni-chain. No, Vault is not. Well, Vault is not necessarily going omni-chain because the Stevie D has said, well, someone else can do if they want. But he's definitely got a big roadmap with Ouroboros, collateral, Vault Thunder, Vault staking, and of course the big one there, Bitcoin Genie coming up. The frontier of DeFi ROI protocols, right? So looking forward to that. That's up today. Inferno's going omni-chain. We know that from Crypto Utah. Morpheus, we're waiting for some update there from Brandon around the roadmap there, but expecting potentially V3 dexes on base and Pulse Chain. That's up 14%. Baby Dragon X is going omni-chain along with the Dudes project. So that's James' project there, going along with the Dudes. And of course, he's got Element 280 is up 17% today. That's going omni-chain, and that's going to be paired up with Baby Dragon X. Going to be paired up with Element 369 as well, and also paired up with Uranus, which has been performing extremely well. I'm glad I covered that one. That is up 2.45x on the ratio, and of course we're expecting some big things when X28 starts running. This thing's going to run hot like a baby, and it's going to be like a bit like how PDC was running. It's going to be pretty cool. And the buy and burn's turned off for this too. All right, so bring it on. And they're also ramping up their influence with base influences. So exciting things going to come from Uranus there. And of course, once it's paired up with all these other peers, there's going to be more LP webbing and more taxes, right? So there's a 12% tax, 10% reflections. So we're expecting some big things there from that one. Tink Farm, of course, we'll probably get some happening there as well from Eric. And of course, this is a key driver of value. So we're looking forward to that Tink price there going back up. And of course, one of the projects that will help that is not yet known. It's been delayed twice, I think. But Vibernex is waiting for that. That's going to benefit Tink Farms. Obviously, I'm super bullish about Bitcoin Genie from Stevie D, and I'm also bullish there from Taurus there from Cryptographics, the big influencer in the Pulse Chain Titan X community as well. So there's a couple of influencers that do crossovers. I do crossovers. I think Cryptographics does. There's a few others out there too that do crossover ecosystems, and why not? It's crypto and it's fun, and we like frontier DeFi. That's pretty much it. So pretty cool stuff happening there. So yeah, that is that. So let's quickly go and see if we can find out how Titan X is stacking up because Jake has been come out of the woodwork there, and of course marketing, as I say. Let's see. We know he's been building OmniChain, so let's see where we're at that moment. So we've got liquid Titan X. It's 64.6 trillion, so it's $11.7 million, and we've got the buy and burn sitting. So we've got 11.7. And the buy and burn at the moment is at 8.7. So there we go. And that gives you the backing there for the buy and burn. And we know that if that gets turned on at all, that could have quite an amazing impact on that price chart. But also Titan X is going omni-chain. And so the omni-chain vision is very, very important. And of course, at the moment, the first bridge is open to base chain. And that's where our Uranus is launched. And we're expecting a lot of cool things coming from Jake, who's been working on that for the last 8 weeks for omni-chain. So we're looking forward to his development there. And I'm not sure if do we have the link to X here? I'm not sure if we do. Yeah, I thought I might have it here. But anyway, he's posted out on the on X at the moment. So you can go check that out as well. All right, so some cool stuff there. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like I say, you can go and check out PUSD Algo because that's going to be pretty epic. So check that out. The link's in the video description. I'll put it in the chat there. There it is there. And you get 90% bonus. And if you do $1,000 inclusive of the 9% bonus, it's like $840 plus. Get over $1,000, you will get access to the second bonus X, which is potentially up to 2x higher, but it is randomly number generated. So I don't know what that will be. but you can definitely get the 90% if you're below 1,000 or above. So definitely we'll get that and start winning with that. The other thing, of course, we talked about is getting in on EMIT. And of course, you can join up to the Telegram now. There is the link right there. So hit that up in the chat there and join up. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll catch you on the next show. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell. It's great to see people over on Rumble, of course. Big shout out to you over there. Don't forget to smash the follow button. And looking forward to doing more stuff on Rumble too. And enjoy. Check out our Discord links in the video description. Take care, everybody, and bye for now. Hey, we're not finishing yet. I'm just kidding. We're going to be doing PDai, so let's look out PDai. So we're going to do that too. So let me pull up there. So let's find out PDai and pull that up. I have to change my screen, so we'll have to do that because I want to talk about PDai before we finish up here. So let's remove that and let's add in PDai. And we're going to get into there. So let me change this out actually. We've got to going to move that and yes, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this actually because I'm having a little issue with the technical background. But I did want to talk about PDai. Look at that flame. Do you like that flame? I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, I'm having trouble with reconnecting to the screen here. Let's see if I can add in another way of getting that screen. Let's see here. And see if I can get access to that screen. This happens sometimes, you know. No, I can't do it that way. Let's see if I can do. Can I do that side? I don't know if I can do. I'm not sure if that works either. No, it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work either. So yeah, having a little trouble doing that. I've got a little glitch on the studio there, so we might have to leave that where it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I was going to talk about PDai. Maybe I'll talk about PDai later on in the day. Anyway, I see that PDai there is rallied anyway. Rallied all the way back up to 3/10 of a penny. Currently at 2800 of a penny on PDai. But I had a few comments to make on that, so we'll get to that maybe in another stream later on today. Do a specialized PDai show. All right, take care and bye for now.